Hey, buddy. Hello, hello. Jessica Coulter here, CEO and founder of Ace Cookie Tutoring. Today we are talking about learning myth number 5. So if you missed any of the videos from earlier this week, be sure to check out my YouTube channel. Be sure to check out my Facebook business page, Ace Cookie Tutoring, to catch those replays. So today I want to know, we are talking about learning being personal and that everyone learns the same way. So I want to know, do you think that learning is personal, or do you think everyone learns the same way? Let me know down below what you've experienced with your own teens, let alone for yourself when you were in school, maybe still are in school. Because I got to tell you guys, for me, every single student I've worked with as a tutor, as a coach, as a substitute teacher, I see very slight differences, sometimes huge differences. And for me, myself, I have to learn a certain way in order to actually understand something, to actually have learned it. So that's what we are talking about today. It's what we're talking about at my event next week, and that's what we talk about in my Facebook group. So guys, let me know what you think, and then join me over in Teaching Teens Learning, my free Facebook group. So learning is personal. That's what I want you guys to understand today. So that's why it's such a huge myth when everyone thinks everyone learns the same. So unfortunately, that's what happens in schools, is that material is presented generally in one way. The teacher teaches that particular subject in a way that works for the students, or it could just be the way that teacher learns. So I got to tell you, there are some students that can just listen to a lecture, listen to a video, and they just get it. Like, that's all they need is they just need to hear it because they're auditory people. That is exactly not what I am, and that's not what a lot of students are. I can tell you that we pretty much all become visual learners according to the research, but that's not what works for everyone when they're in middle school, not what works for all teens that you might have at home that are in high school or college. So what can we do about this? Well, once you know how you learn, then you're able to make every single lesson, every single homework assignment, every single study session into a learning session, a time to use your particular way of learning. So that's why it gets so tricky. So moms and dads that are watching, if your teens are not liking school, if they are not doing their homework, it's not because they don't want to. It's not because they aren't eager to learn. It could simply be they don't know how to learn because they haven't been taught what works for them. They haven't discovered what works for them. So there are all sorts of study skills that I teach. There are all sorts of amazing things out there for your teens to learn, but it unfortunately takes a lot of effort for students to figure out what exactly works for them. So I got to tell you, I had to sit through a lot of very boring history lectures at the high school level and even before that to realize hearing things did not do it for me. I had to write them down. I had to read them myself before I had any recollection at all. So parents, you might be a very certain type of learner. Flashcards might work for you, rote memorization might work for you, breaking out the sticky notes, breaking out the highlighters, all of that good stuff might work for you. Whereas your teen just might need you or the teacher or some recording to read the textbook, read the notes back to him for him to hear it, for him to understand it. So guys, I want you to know this has been a week all about learning myths. Remember, there have been 5 videos. So if you missed those, they're available on my YouTube channel. They're available on my Facebook business page, Ace Cookie Tutoring. And if you want your teens to love learning, this is the absolute most important thing for me to tell you all week, is that everyone does not learn the same. Your teen has to figure out how he learns or she learns in order to actually know how to learn, because once you know how to learn, you actually enjoy it. So, think about it, moms and dads. If you don't know how to learn something, you don't know what works for you, how can it possibly be fun to constantly be learning new things in school day after day, week after week, year after year? So thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for being a subscriber of my Ace Cookie Tutoring website, my Facebook business page, my YouTube channel. And I hope I'll see you over in the Facebook group, Teaching Teens to Love Learning, because we are all about helping teens love to learn. So thank you guys. Have an awesome night. Carol, have an awesome day. Good weekend. Bye, guys.